Welcome to Armus, everyone. Many people, including myself, are big fans of the 45 ACP, while others feel it is an outdated cartridge that has a propensity for limited magazine capacity. People also feel that the 45 ACP ammunition tends to underperform either by underexpanding with heavier bullet weights or overexpanding with lighter weight bullets, thus lacking inadequate penetration. So today in our battle of the heavyweights, we will be testing the 185 grain versus the 200 grain versus the 210 grain versus the 230 grain to see which bullet weight shows good expansion with deep penetration. We will be using a full-size 5-inch 1911 and two 16-inch clear ballistic gel blocks as our testing medium. This time, we will also use 4 layers of denim to increase our testing rigor and validate these cartridges as viable options for personal defensive rounds. With no further ado, let's head out to the range and find out which of these bullet weights is the sweet spot for the mighty 45 ACP. Please pardon my error as I continually allude to the Federal Hydroshock Deep as the Federal Punch. I was suffering from a stomach virus at the time, but I gave in to my excitement to complete this video as soon as I could. Welcome to Armus, everyone. So this is a 45 ACP 6-hour, and this is an STX, and we're going to be shooting the 185s, and these are the silver tips. Okay, so for the second shot on the bottom right, these are 230 grain and these are 45 ACP, and they're herders. Okay, so we're gonna try the 6-hour one more time because it went out of the block without expanding. So let's see how it does. Okay, so for the last test, these are 210 grain and these are 45 ACP and these are the punch. So let's see how these do. Let's see it. So the first round we shot was the 185 grain. And you can see it right there. It started expanding immediately and it stopped at about the 12.5 mark. So it expanded violently, but the problem is very little penetration. So now the 6-hour elite, and that's a 200 grain, lit twice. It seems to have expanded and it went right through both gel blocks. So I'm thinking it was clogged, and you can see the exits somewhere here on those areas. But yeah, it failed to probably completely expand. Too bad we didn't catch those, but you can see the tracks right there. Right there. And went out right there. So 2 times they failed to expand. And that was a 6-hour elite, 210 grain. Okay, so the herders 45 auto, 230 grain. You can see that it expanded also rapidly. Dumped a lot of energy, hard to see there. but you can see it resting at about 18.5 inches. So that's a 230 grain, and it did really well considering it shot through 4 plies of denim. Okay, so the one that did the best for the 45 ACP was the 210 grain, and that's a Federal Punch. So it came in, expanded very nicely, went into the second block, and you can see it right there at about 21 inches, right there. Okay, so my buddy here is gonna dig out and this one here is the 185 silver tip. Very nice expansion. Excellent. Look at that right there. That's in comparison to my hand. Wow. So now the herder's in 230. My buddy just dug it out, and you can see it right there, 230 grain. And that's probably why it penetrated so deeply. It didn't expand too much. So you can see it right there. So it did expand somewhat, but not 100% expansion. So, and it could have been, you can see right there, the denim possibly clogged it up a little bit. So now we're digging out the punch, Federal Punch 45 ACP. That's 210 grains, and that one went to about 21.5 inches. My buddy's gonna dig it out. And you can see it right there. Oh, that's a picture perfect one. With that great expansion. And that's a perfect balance of expansion and penetration. Wow. So if I'm going to carry 45 ACP for personal protection, that'll be the Federal Punch. Very nice. This one expanded rapidly. The Sig Sauer Elite we didn't catch, and that one failed to expand. We're thinking it probably clogged up with the 4 layers of denim. And this one was exceptional. That's the 45 ACP. That's a Punch 210 grain. And this one is a Herder's 230 grain. So we think that the best balance of penetration and expansion was the Personal Defense Hydra Shock Deep. Awesome.